past few years, there's this new trend called I have to mindset. Here we go now, another one. All right. We had this thing called hustle culture, and then after that, it was like, oh, self discipline. And then we had this something called um, money rules. And then there's something called doubling, multiply, all of this type of thing, and then somebody else came up with no more hustle culture. They had to be smarter way, work smart. Every year, every like months by months, people try to like duplicate and they try to come up with like a new sort of upgraded version. Then we had this best one, which is like I have to mindset, which is a very good, effective, but we have an issue over here. Andrew Tate also said that. Grant Cardone probably also said that, like, you gotta get hard. You gotta do. I have to mindset. I get that for top performer. I get that. If you're already making money, top performer. If you're up there, you have to mindset to keep the billion and $1 million. I get that. But what about this? What about this is for people who have to be really goal oriented. People who wanna make the money, get that things done, all that stuff. But what about people who have a lot of emotions, my friend? What about them? What about the people who are extrovert? They're not saying this. They're not saying that what about I have to be near the water mindset. They're not talking about that. They're not covering, hey, I have to have a good steak, a good food, or a home food near the water mindset. Like that's a mindset too. That's a I have to do that. What about, hey, you know what? I was always on the south. Let's go to the north, Alaska, and have a smoked salmon. That's I have to mindset too. Like, they're not talking about that. They're always talking, I have to do this thing. It's like one of those type of like people who only use their fancy car for work. There's people like that in New York, who just have a simple life, use the car only for work. They got the car for work, and even on their off days, the car stays at home. Like they count money that they don't want to spend a little bit of dollar or dime for gas. They use the car strictly, have an expensive car only for work. There's people like that, this type of simple life. Put this type of I have to mindset for them, But people who like to live the moment at this moment and also want to save for a future, this whole I have to mindset doesn't make sense, because then you're telling me that I have to work 7 days, and based on what I'm doing, I take 6,000, so not 6,000, 600 girls photo per night. If I would have done that every single, like, look, I tried it. Like, look at my face. This is not how my skin. I have a bumpy today because I went 3 days on a row. I did not take any break. If I would have I have to on everything every day, bro, you're not gonna be a same. You're gonna be a completely different person. You will really have a burn down. If I go up to a nurse, hey, you have to do this. You have to come home and you have to do a second side hustles. You have to do this. Okay, but understand that nurse woke up at 7 o'clock, went there, did a double shift. You cannot put I have to at that time. Okay. What about I have to have a girlfriend mindset? That's I have to too. What if somebody stayed single for more than 7+ years? And just so you know, this does not, the age cup does not count. Does not count. Don't say like, hey, I've been hooking around and then but I've been single for so long. No, I'm talking about like nothing, no contact with women so much, like nothing, that person need a girlfriend, that person need a boyfriend. Well, obviously with a boy, girls at least get attentions. But a man who's been always making money and up and down, going down, and now he's under debt. Right now he had to make a little bit of money and he had to get a girl fast. Like that's a I have to mindset. Good food, good thing, good that. Like you don't need, getting a house or getting a business may not be the I have to mindset. Maybe there's other things you can do. Maybe you want to play sports. You always want to play sports. That's I have to mindset. So for the motivational speaker, including me, like, I'm also like a little bit more loyal about the motivational, because all these motivational speakers, they're just duplicating each other. This is the real stuff. You want to press the like and subscribe. You want to save this thing. The I have to mindset and the hustle culture, just like the hustle culture, it's like a wrong. Now they're putting another layer. Say I have to do mindset. Okay, but I have to do mindset about relaxing too, about chilling, going to a party, and also work. But you cannot be putting I have to for work only. No. If you want a girlfriend, if you want to get laid, go put the I have to on that too, because that's also very, very, very important any age, just so you know. So well, especially like an older person, or even in your, if you're 18 plus, depending on whatever you're going through, this is important. If you're single mom, maybe this time, well, if you're always getting guys, then I'm not going to put you on priority. But if you're a single father and you did not have a contact with any girls, it's time for you to put I have to mindset on getting a girl and tell the money to stop. Tell everything to stop. Maybe you want to do this first. That's I have to mindset over.